Hi guys, so Rishi Sunak decided it would be a great idea to go visit an NHS hospital for a photo opportunity. But he got a bit more than he bargained for when he spoke to an elderly patient who challenged him over the issue of staff pay. Now, earlier in the year, the government, which he was part of, refused to link doctor and nurse pay to inflation and also refused a pay increase of 8%. In the end, staff got about 3%. Now, inflation is currently running at 10.1%, meaning that those who are doing arguably the most important job in the country are getting poorer as their workload gets bigger. Anyway, have a listen to him getting a talking to.
And they've looked after you really nicely.
Yeah, they always do.
Yeah.
It's a pity you don't pay them more.
Well, we are trying. We are
No,
trying.
you're not trying. You need to try harder.
Right, I will take that away. Yeah. No, well, they are a very nice team here, aren't they?
Oh, but it's important because they do very hard work.
They do very good work, yeah.
Prime Minister, why have you chosen to come here? There was one patient who suggested you should be doing more on nurses' pay. Are you happy that they aren't getting a real term increase in their pay?
Well, it's brilliant to be here at Croydon Hospital to see the great work of the doctors and nurses here. One of the priorities for my government is going to be tackling the COVID backlogs and supporting the NHS. And what's going on here actually is a fantastic example of what's possible because of...
Okay, of course he avoids the question. The question is, why are you not linking their pay to inflation? And he starts talking about what wonderful work they're doing. He has the ability. He had the ability when he was Chancellor, and he has the ability now as Prime Minister to increase NHS worker pay. The stress levels are driving people out of the NHS. The low pay is driving people out of the NHS at a time when there is a massive backlog. It's more difficult for the workers that are already there. And there is this, unfortunately, there is this belief, and it's been encouraged by the right-wing media, that the NHS is more about vocations. It's about, you shouldn't be there, you shouldn't care about pay, you should be willing to do it for free. People have to pay their bills, people have to pay their rent, they have to feed their families. They need their pay as close as possible to the rate of inflation, increased to the rate of inflation. Now, another thing, which is a massive bugbear of mine, is they have reintroduced parking fees. So NHS staff who are NHS staff in England and Wales have to pay parking. In Scotland, it doesn't seem to be the case. That was cancelled. But what is the justification for that? What is the justification for charging people who are already, struggling, charging them to park their car at their workplace? I can't think of any other business that charges the staff to park their car. In the comment section, if you know of one, please do point it out to me. But I'm thinking of, for example, Tesco staff don't have to pay to park their car at Tesco. If you work at a bank, you don't have to pay to park your car at the bank. One thing is parking on the street, excuse me, and maybe in some cases you can get the money back. But generally, if there is a car park connected to your business, you don't have to pay to park your car. But when it comes to the hospital and NHS facilities, yes, you have to pay parking. Why? And also, it's not the NHS that's collecting the money, it's a private company that's collecting the money. There's no justification for that. Now, maybe people see it as a side issue and not very important, but it describes the problem perfectly. The privatization, the idea of let's give parts of the NHS to the private sector so they can milk it, they can make a profit out of it. And this was a pathetic response, just back to the main point here, this was a pathetic response from the Prime Minister, challenged about pay and then starts talking about something else. He has the ability to increase their pay. He should. He should be increasing it even beyond inflation because you need to bring people in. People need to be able to pay their rent. They need to be able to feed their families. If they can't, many will leave with a heavy heart, of course. But their priority has to be looking after their family, feeding themselves, living. You can't rely on vocation. You can't rely on charity. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.